People can comment dark if they want. However, I think it's important to note that we are in a spiritual war. Generational curses are capable to plague entire bloodlines for centuries. We're not actually equipped in this life to engage in spiritual warfare, and that's not until we awaken. And life is but a play. We here on earth, we all take it all too seriously, don't we? But we are. You are the main character, the director, the producer, the script writer, even you can be. You can control it or change the script if you're not happy with where it's at. We're indoctrinated from birth, fed this illusion that we're incapable. We're not spiritual beings. It's all an illusion. And it's something that apparently only 10% of our brain gets used. I kind of think we use more than that, or we're definitely capable of. You saw Lucy just turn into like dust at the end. Some things the human mind cannot comprehend. So we've got spiritual guides and everything around us that will protect us and prevent us from knowing certain information until we're ready to know it. And our brains are kind of afraid of the unknown, which is acceptable and understandable. Our truth is, we are masters of this dominion, capable of so much more. Commit yourself to being everything that you can be. Let's pull out a power animal from my card deck. The hyena. Have you been getting chased down by hyenas? Ooh, the lioness. I'd say you'd be chasing the hyenas down. Out of my court. So first I'll read on the hyena. Examine your fears, especially the fear of difference, of the unknown, and of death. There may be an abandonment of something, a belief, a person, a place. Remember that because something is strange, it doesn't mean that it cannot be beautiful or good. We all have a job to do. We all have our own genius. Be sure you have the correct information to have truthful understanding. The hyena, particularly the spotted hyena, has a rich tapestry of mythos across many countries and cultures. This is from West Africa, as at first there was a darkness and a long night. It was very cold, there were no stars, and the moon was just being born. A long way away and very high up was the sun. Many animals thought that it might reach the sun and bring it closer. Many tried, especially the birds. The hyena watched the sun and thought, I will wait until the cycle brings it closer and then I will grab it. He waited, looking as though he was not interested. He just got on with things. The sun ignored the hyena and circled lower. All at once, the hyena, in his huge jaws and strong teeth and rippling muscles, launched himself into the air, pulling the sun down to earth. Bringing light and warmth where there was none, he laughed happily and ate the hot bones of his prey. The mythos is from Meru of Kenya. The supreme god, Morinungi, wanted to tell the people that they would be reborn after they died. He decided to send a mole to the people to tell them. As Mole began his travels, he met Hyena, who asked him, Where are you going, friend Mole, and what are you doing? Mole explained the message from the gods. Hyena was shocked. Well, this cannot happen. If people are not to die, then hyenas will have nothing to eat. Narrowing his ears and baring his great teeth, he told Mole, if you tell the people this thing, I will eat you, I will find you, and I will eat you. Mole was so afraid that when he came across the humans, he told them that after they died, they will not be reborn. Mole then went back and told the gods what he had done. The god punished Mole by making him spend his life away from all, under the ground and only coming out at night. The hyena still has plenty to eat. The magic of the hyena. Hyena magic is complex and is a living tradition. The hyena is its own sacred deity, much like the coyote is in Native American tradition, although the hyena is perhaps darker in nature, a trickster, boundary riders and bringers of mystery, and are important in funerary rituals. They may be harbingers of death, but they also clear away what is no longer needed. In Nigerian traditions, hyena masks are worn to signal the end of rituals, which reflects how hyenas clear up dead things, bones and all, and everything is finished. Some societies take this literally, with the Maasai of Africa leaving their dead out to be consumed by hyenas. If a corpse is rejected by a hyena pack, it means social and spiritual disgrace. What if they were just full? Anyway, for some, hyena magic also extends to the integration and balance of the masculine and feminine energies. The Bambara people of Africa employ the imagery of the hermaphrodite hyena to signify the transformation of Nefertiti into a fully initiated neophyte into a fully initiated man, a powerful symbol of the unification of masculine and feminine. Colours of white and red, bones, sun, death, sun, and magic. That's the symbology behind it. And the status of least concern but decreasing in numbers due to hunting and habitual destruction. Now, we'll read the lioness as well, because I pulled the lioness for us. I think the lioness might eat that hyena. You never know. 21. I finally got the actual guidebook for these, so. Protection. The lioness. Panthera Leo. You are strongly protected right now. You are invited to embrace your authenticity and to be unafraid to wisely express your emotions. To protect others, we must learn to develop strength in ourselves and to know the power of restraint, which is what real power involves. The mythos. In temple artwork, the lion-headed Egyptian goddess Sekhmet strides powerfully toward the pharaoh. Her protection is extended to him and around him, effectively providing security and physically safeguarding him, particularly at times of war. After winning a terrible battle, Sekhmet maintained her battle rage and bloodlust. She looked around her and wished to still kill and spill blood. Oh. The people trembled and the gods noticed. The god Ra turned the Nile red so that it looked like blood and invited Sekhmet to quench her thirst there. She drank and drank and drank, but the river was not blood, but beer. Her bloodlust was curbed by her intoxication and she became peaceful again. So like that, isn't it? It's like you get so angry and you want to, use your powers to destroy, but at the end of the day, it's powerful emotional alchemy that'll save you. Like just being able to work through those emotions and feel them, and don't apologize for feeling them. Feel everything that you feel, express yourself clearly. I used to go out on the weekends, get drunk, get abusive, like, you know how they say the spirit, your body is actually going in and out of, your consciousness is going in and out of you when you're drunk, so you can actually be overtaken by other things. But basically, my psychologist explained it to me as in you get drunk and you've got this barrier up here, can't remember what he called it, but he said it was to do with maintaining control. So if you go through the week, all week, going, yeah, that's all right, and that's all right, that's okay, oh, that's all right, and you just keep taking the hits, taking the hits, taking the hits. You go out on the weekend and go, fucking, it's not all right. I used to have to wake up and apologise to everybody the next day. You know, like, oh, I don't know what I did last night. I truly had no memory of what I'd done, but I mean, I don't drink anymore for obvious reasons, but actually, after I got it explained to me by a proper psychologist, I actually healed from it, and I didn't become, what did they used to call me, Cyril? Cyril would come out when I get drunk, and all it was social anxiety. That's all it was. I just wasn't comfortable around other people. And if you're doing something like that, don't do it. Move into spirituality and emotionally alchemize your emotions, and do it in a safe way where nobody else is going to have to feel the brunt of them, because you don't know, like, when you yell at somebody or when you take your emotions out on somebody else, what effects that's going to have on them. So I'll keep reading. Lionesses have been referred to as the king of the beast because of their sheer power and proud roar. While the lion's mane is probably the most recognizable thing about the big cats, the lioness is the powerhouse of the two. Lionesses are hyper carnivores and do all the hunting, communicating to their pride members by complex verbalizations. Lionesses hunt in teams, teaching younger males and females of their pride how to hunt at the same time. Females are more than capable of bringing down a large prey such as a buffalo or giraffe that weigh over a ton. In teams, lionesses have been able to bring down elephants. That's hectic. Females are social animals and they live in groups of relatives. There is a dominant male that provides protection and mating opportunities, although the females will get involved in defense, particularly if they have cubs. The magic. If you have ever seen a lioness in the wild, you will immediately understand the nature of the magic. This magnificent feline lionesses are hugely powerful and work as teams to bring down prey and to protect their young. The contrast of lethal power and tender protectiveness is the key to lioness magic. Plug into lioness magic in situations where you need responsible power and you may need some help in restraining a destructive energy such as rage. Symbology. Lion-headed woman, fire, lion, claws, blood, and beer. Oh, because of what Segnet did. She drank the beer. Status. Vulnerable. Ooh. Now, I also pulled the sacred ibis. So, the getting of wisdom takes time, so be patient with your learning and delve deeper. Continually learning is the keystone to growth. You will succeed in your exams or study. While everyone has a source of wisdom within them, not everyone chooses to exercise it. If you cast magic, do it with the full knowledge of the consequences. Yes, very important to know that. The ibis is the mythos of this. The ibis-headed god Thoth was the most powerful god of magic in all worlds. It is said that he told the goddess Isis what powerful spell to use to resurrect her dead husband Osiris. And it was he who assisted her again in knowing the words to remove the poison from her son Horus. All books on magic and invocation were to be authored by Thoth, and those who were writers channeled his energy. He authored one book that was so powerful no human could read it without dying. Thoth was also the god of learning and knowledge, and ibises were encouraged to be present around places of learning and libraries. The ancient Egyptians felt that the ibis was the living representation of the god on earth. They took thousands of ibises from their captive flocks, mummified them, and placed them as offerings within Thoth's temple. Oh. The animal. Like all ibises, the sacred ibis is most distinctive because of its head shape and long curved beak. They are also unusually quiet when compared to other ibis species. So this is the sacred ibis. Ibises have bald heads, long necks, and a fine long beak that they have adapted for use in mud and water. They are migrating birds that breed in sub-Saharan Africa and Iran and have a wingspan of around 1.2 meters. Ibises thrive in marshy environments and eat frogs, fish, crabs, and insects. They use their long beak to strip the mud and capture prey. Fairly social birds, they tend to forage for food in groups of a dozen or more. This is particularly for safety reasons and helps stir up the prey from the mud. Ibises have adapted quite well to the urban environments and in some countries are viewed as being pest birds. They live for around 20 years in the wild. The magic of the sacred ibis was a revered creature in ancient Egypt, representing Thoth, the god of wisdom and learning. So honoured as a gift to Thoth, they were given full mummification and bred especially for this purpose. According to historical accounts from figures such as Aristotle and Strabo, ibises could be found in the streets of the cities, including Alexandria. Ibis magic inspires us to be curious and learn more about the world. If we are students of any kind or wish to know a subject more deeply, we can call upon this energy. Thoth teaches us that while we can seek counselling from others, often our best and first point of call is actually ourselves. Status of least concern. The symbology is a man with an ibis head, lunar disc, book of knowledge, Egyptian alphabet. I'm going to have to keep going because the next one's the raven. Always pull the raven from this deck. Okay, raven. So these are crows and ravens. Always getting messages from the crows and the ravens. Where I live, I've either got crows or ravens. I'm not 100% sure of which ones, but they're always chatting. If there's ish going down, the crows come to tell. News. Keep your senses about you. News or significant announcement is coming. Do not believe everything you hear unless it's from a reputable source. Gather information and guidance before making decisions. We can stride through other worlds, not just one, in order to understand our nature. Because they go in between realms, crows. Or ravens. They do. They go in between realms. The mythos, Hugin and Munin, are the two ravens of the All-Father Odin. Hugin is Norse for thought and Muggin means memory. So there's thought and memory. Every morning, Hugin and Munin leave the broad shoulders of Odin and fly out to observe and gather the news of the worlds. If there is anything very urgent, they fly back early to tell Odin so he can take action. Wow, that's awesome. That's why I'm always hearing them. Otherwise, they come back to Odin at the end of the day to tell them what they have been witness to. Through these discussions and the gathering of knowledge, Odin became the wisest of all gods, knowing much lore and the ways of the worlds. Ravens are stars of mythos that crosses many cultures, including that of the First Nations of America, Celtic, Welsh, Siberian, and Mexican. Ravens are often characterized as being tricksters or information gatherers. The animal itself, members of the Corvus genus are smart. I'll put up a meme somebody created, but it's of like a crow or a raven, and it had a chicken nugget in its beak and it was dipping it in sauce. Like, that's off the charts. They are very smart. And like, just the fact that they do come and give us messages, like, it just shows you, like, their connection with the spirit world is, you know, how they can go in between the two. It's magical. Ravens belong to a tiny percentage of animals that display displacement in their communications, which there is a which is their ability to disseminate about things that are not immediately present in the here and now. For example, they could transmute to other ravens about something of sight that happened earlier. A single raven has been observed watching a wolf kill a deer. The raven then went back to his home and communicated this to the other ravens, and without that particular raven going back to the kill, the other ravens fly directly to the kill site. Ravens also observe animals that bury food for later consumption and steal from these hordes. Furthermore, they have an awareness that this same thing could happen to them and will go a lot of time and trouble to find places in which their own cache will be safe. They are very vigilant in case themselves are being observed. Ravens are incredibly fine mimics and very vocal with other ravens and animals. Domesticated ravens are able to mimic the speech of humans and understand human words. They are known for their jet black feathers, which have glossy iridescent blue sheen, and have one of the heaviest birds for their size. The common raven is one of the most long-lived birds, living often in the wild for about 20 years. Embracing your raven magic. And in this case, Norse Cider raven magic is trance-like and news-gathering. Ravens here are used as magical messages going between the worlds, gathering guidance and information. If we think about Odin's process of sending his thoughts and memory out into the worlds, and then we can see the essence of the shamanic act of sending oneself out to other realms for guidance and healing. Raven energy is very useful in divination of all kinds and shamanic astral travel. Symbology, 2 ravens of Odin, and also Lady Morrigan. She would send the ravens out to battle, the battlefields. And there's something about that. I've got it written down actually. Because she was a deity that came to me. I'm not sure if status of least concern. Pretty sure it's in this one. Hades. No, I don't have it. But they're the gatekeepers, caretakers, gods, left earth, trauma. Trauma awakens us because now we know evil exists. And if we didn't know evil exists, how would we know what good was? The eyes are deceptive. Universe. If you want something to open up your world a bit, say, universe, I want to see how good life can get. Wake up to that every morning and see what changes happen in your world. Well, thank you for taking the time with me today to hear about the hyena, the lioness, and the ibis, sacred ibis, and the lioness. I know your time is important, so spending it with me is much appreciated. Have a great day.